Two Realms Whispers from the Rift is an upcoming game from Mod 42 Studio. Scheduled to release next year, the demo is now available on Steam. Inspired by classic point and click adventures, Two Realms blends fast paced horror and drama with modern mechanics and a deep atmospheric story. Step into the shoes of Tobias and help him save his brother in a dark fantasy medieval world brought to life with crunchy pixel art, a goosebump inducing soundtrack, and full voice acting. We had the opportunity to play this demo a little early thanks to the folks over at Mod 42.
Huge thank you to them. This was a super cool opportunity. Hello, everybody. It is AJ here, and of course, Ben was the beautiful voice speaking to you beforehand. Welcome in. This is, of course, a demo that is out now for everybody to be able to experience, which is going to be really cool. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts if you do dive into it. But Ben, let's dive right into kind of our thoughts going into this.
Yeah, it was really cool getting to play this. I love point and click games. It was a real throwback. I haven't played one in a while.
Hey man, it's been a good long minute since I've been able to play a point and click game, and it's more modernized too, which is really cool. It made it feel like kind of a breath of fresh air to the genre. I literally have not played a point and click since, I don't know, maybe middle school, actually, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. No, it was really fun. This is a short demo for everybody. Studio said it was around 30 minutes. Probably took me about 21 to complete.
Yeah, I was roughly in that same ballpark.
Yeah, so it's tight. But yeah, no, it was really weird and nostalgic for something that I haven't really thought about. Point and click games.
Definitely. And going into that, the gameplay of that kind of point and click, like I said, a little bit more modernized. You definitely are moving throughout it more like a video game. And I was actually... I don't know why I said it like that. I meant to say more like a...
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh no, you can see me.
The brainwave there was more like a 3D video game.
So, I know we played it on different platforms. So, well, I played on mouse and keyboard. You played on your handheld Ally.
Yes.
So when you say moves more like a traditional video game, were you using sticks to move around?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I was like, what do you mean by that? Because I was clicking all over the place.
That was a terrible, Freudian slip on my part.
Yeah.
More of like that 3D modernized feel to the video game. Whereas I had mentioned with you before we jumped into this that you were on mouse and keyboard, so I was curious if it was gonna be still you're pointing and clicking.
Yeah.
Because having it be joystick control for movement was really fascinating. And it kind of played really well. And so you have one stick that's more dedicated to movement, and then the other stick is dedicated to switching throughout.
Yeah, selecting.
Yeah, of course, the different selectable POIs and things like that. So it kind of just played seamlessly on my end in a handheld sense, which, of course, translate that over to just holding a controller at your computer, and, of course, it's going to do the exact same thing. So that was really intriguing. I've never had a point and click that you could just use a controller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never played one that way, so that is interesting.
Yeah, that kind of takes away the point and click, but
yeah, still moving around your cursor.
Exactly, and it still very much plays exactly the same, other than you're using a joystick for the movement side of it. So, like I said, haven't seen that before. Thought that was cool. Wanted to highlight that. Don't mind my terrible word usage.
No, it's okay. We got there. I was just very confused.
It's only 10:30 at night, and I'm running off of no sleep. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
So, from gameplay, Ben, let's dive into the art style, because as all pixelated games, of course, they have a very heavily stylized element to it.
Hmm.
There's a lot more, I would say, a lot more intricacy in kind of the scene that you are in that moment for a point and click, because you have to that's all you're looking at. There is no kind of variability as much. There's like some smaller moving things, but it looked really beautiful.
Oh yeah, I'm a sucker for those retro style um,
Oh yeah.
games, just art in general. Yeah, no, they did a great job with modern technology, going back
Heck
and
yeah.
revisiting that art style. I thought it was gorgeous.
I'm gonna bring this around to something that I didn't think about until right this second after you said that.
Okay.
In my opinion, this is actually a better utilization of going back to that more retro pixelated art style than the also recent God of War game, God of War Sons of Sparta.
Mm.
I think just the way that this comes across, it just it's so seamless. Like everywhere you look, it just it feels so intricate.
Yeah, very
Um,
detailed.
very, very detailed. The fog, I was not expecting moving, like almost volumetric-esque fog
Yeah.
throughout the levels. That was
Yep.
really intriguing to have in a point and click adventure game. And so, like, you pair that in with just this really, like, detailed, colorful yet muted environment, and it just works so well.
Yeah, I agree. It's a super small team over there, so shout
Yeah.
out to their artist.
Massive shout out. Like, that's crazy. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot in this video because it's such a small team. Um,
Seriously, it was kind of baffling. We had direct contact with them, which
yeah,
was
when,
really crazy.
yep,
Thank you to all of you guys for even making that a thing that Ben and I were able to do. That's super cool.
yeah,
But like, it's a really small team, so it feels even more just like they are pouring everything into this.
hmm,
So props to you guys, and I'm just gonna ping pong right off of this unless you have something to
nope,
dive
go for
into.
it.
The art style shines even more when you pair it with the music in the
Yep,
game. I
yeah,
don't know if you sat on that main title screen. I sat on it for a good 10 minutes and just let that music play, and I got lost.
oh yeah, no, I did sit on that title screen for a long time just recording background music for this video,
Uh,
and
yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh,
it's so simplistic. There's this one, like, it's this like maybe 5 note melody, but the way it builds out as you're just sitting there, and the way that it feels so alive, and it really just makes you feel something.
yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
really cool.
Hmm.
And then like you move throughout, and then when the bad guy shows up in the demo, you get another music cue.
Yep,
Um, and so I think it was really, really well done. I think the mixing of it on my end as somebody who works with audio, it was stupidly well mixed. Especially for, like, once again, it's not like it's a super complex musical piece, but what is there is so masterfully done,
ineffective.
um, and effective. Yeah, it does exactly what it needs to.
Hmm.
I just, I really, really, really want to highlight how amazing that is. So even if you aren't checking out the demo, you're just kind of seeing what our thoughts are on it. Please enjoy the music that is back here, and just give props to those amazing music design team over there,
Yeah,
because wow, that launched the experience a bit for me.
yeah, when
Um,
that menu first pops up, oof,
like instantly, dude. I felt it. And so that's going to be a very big persistent thing, I would imagine, throughout the rest of the game. Of course, this game comes out next year, so this is something to look forward to and keep an eye out for. That's why this is really just an impressions video, short demo. We have a long time to be able to follow this. But I have a good feeling that this soundtrack is going to be one to remember.
Yeah, I concur. Uh, I hope that OST, whenever this game does drop, is on Spotify because
Please.
I I was blown away by that.
Yeah, heck yeah. And really quickly, I just thought about this. I want to bounce back to art style really quickly. I want to know
Yeah.
if you pinpointed this or not. So, of course, it is a pixel art style, so this isn't going to be perfect, and I'm not trying to be super nitpicky. The mouth movements felt extremely weird. I don't think there was a single moment that they felt not jarring to me.
Mm.
I maybe it was just the timing on them that I noticed was a little bit off, but it's just something about kind of the pixelated movement there was a bit off for me. However, once again, just a nitpicky kind of thing that I wanted to bounce back to for art style.
Yeah, no, I did not pick up on that. There were a couple moments where I noticed it didn't line up, but I kind of stopped paying attention at that point, knowing it's so early.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. There's so much time.
Also, I mean, this doesn't really tie into it at all, I guess. It's full English voice acting, but the
Yes,
studio is in the Czech Republic. So,
which I was not expecting full English voice acting.
yeah,
That was a really neat surprise. Like when we were really finding out more about the game. How'd you feel about the voice acting overall?
I thought it was good. I mean, super small studio once again, but for what this is, it works well, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. It is definitely you know, the smaller studio, so they only have so much right now to even like give us as like this demo.
Hmm.
However, there were a couple moments throughout this that I personally felt like Tobias, the main character that it seems like you're going to be following throughout the entire game, felt a little too emotionless and kind of robotic at times.
I agree, but also a part of me loved that because it reminded me of those old point and click
Y-
games where the voice
Yeah,
acting was not good.
it
And I'm
definitely
not saying
has that
Tobias was bad.
nostalgia.
Yeah, I'm not saying Tobias was bad, but
No, 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 no.
it just brought me back to other point and click games
Yeah, and
with
maybe that was that could very well actually be the intent. Maybe we just pinned that, but even so, like it wasn't something super impactful for me. However, it did kind of impact the feeling in that moment when it
yeah,
was
in
kind
those
of
big
being said.
moments.
Especially when you get into a more emotional moment
Yeah,
where like Juno or the I'm trying really hard to make sure that I say that right,
good
um,
job.
is a little more emotional, I would say. A little more like there's still some moments that kind of fall into that stale, emotionless voice for a second, but that there is more emotion there.
Hmm.
So you know, it gets counteracted pretty quick.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's something super detrimental, and we're so early into the game too, like we had talked about, that I think that there's a lot of time for that to bake. And even if it doesn't, you know, get changed in that moment, I think that it still works.
hmm
I don't think it took me out of the game at all. I don't think it took you out of the game. It sounds like you actually kind of enjoyed it more because
yeah,
of it,
yeah, a little bit, but I'm
which
weird, so
that no, I mean that's super cool though. Like for me, like my brain picked up on it. For you, your brain went in a completely different direction with it, which is fascinating. So you know, it's not, like I said, not anything major, but something I figured I would bring up. because it is something that I noticed. I feel like other people may notice.
Oh,
But
definitely. Yeah. No, worth
once
bringing
again,
up.
I don't think it impacts the game because the story behind the game. I'll let you kind of dive into what you thought with it, but I thought it kept a hold of me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard for something to grab in that short time frame, that 20
Yeah,
minutes. But I think this did a good job at what it was setting out to do, just giving you a brief glimpse into what this is going to be, setting the
yeah,
overarching tale. I don't want to go too crazy into details. If you want to know, go play the
yeah, yeah,
demo.
yeah. Please play the demo. Support the development team because they deserve it.
Yeah,
And
uh,
it is so worth it. It's not too much time.
yeah, yeah. It's a interesting little story so far. Um, Definitely kind of tropey for fantasy stories. Uh, so everywhere this has been described as a horror fantasy game.
Yeah,
I'm very curious where the horror elements are going to come in because that wasn't super clear in
that
this
was
demo.
definitely something I wanted to chat with you about. It did not feel horror anywhere I looked in the demo.
Hmm.
However, of course, once again, this is the very beginning of the game, the
Yep.
very beginning of anything that we're really seeing for the game. There's a lot of time.
Yeah, just
Um,
setting the stage.
However, I think it could have majorly benefited from at least a hint of some kind of like what's to come with that horror. Um, as opposed to just kind of giving us that just beginning story and not showing us the genre of the game because it as of right now it just felt fantasy.
Hmm.
um not anything wrong with that. It's just I would have loved to have some of that horror there. I
Yeah,
just
yeah. I was promised a horror game,
like give it to me.
which makes me a little more intrigued for the full release because
Yeah,
where's that coming from? I'm excited to see. But I, like you said, I wish there was just a taste of it in this demo.
just something to
Just
get
a
me like
little.
even more like seeking it, like give it to me, come
Yeah.
on. Like make me starve for it. I want to sit here for throughout the entirety of 2026 desperate to get my hands on it.
Yo,
um I have one more thing that I want to dive into with you,
hit me.
and I don't know how much you paid attention to it, but what was the first thing you noticed when you walked into the cave?
Other than the crystal on the wall,
Yes. Anything in the game design at all?
I don't know. I
For
was
me,
pretty focused on that crystal.
for me, all of those noises in the cave,
Oh, so
I
you're talking
had
sound design. Okay.
I had AirPods in.
Okay.
And so full noise cancellation mode going. I don't hear a single thing outside of the game. So that helped. Um the dripping
Hmm.
of the water in the background and the way it reverberates and the way it just kind of sits way back there, kind of just like like echoing through the cave, and the footsteps, the actual sound of it echoing out throughout the space
Hmm.
felt really authentic. And I just got to give some major props because it was the most consistent audio design I could have asked for there.
Hmm.
Throughout the entire demo, like the walking in the forest, the birds, the wind, even the moment where the enemy guy shows up. We don't really have any info on him. When he shows up, even then, like the more loud audio cues still are really well mixed and really well integrated in there.
Mm.
So that was really cool, and that pulled me in. Actually, more than anything else in the game was the sound design because I just felt so in the world because you mix that sound design into the art design, and then you just throw that beautiful music there.
Hmm.
and it was really easy to just get lost in the environment. So the props to that. I
Yeah.
just wanted to kind of bring it up and see if that was something that was kind of on your mind going throughout.
It definitely was. It's kind of interesting. We're seeing our differences here. You're the audio guy. I'm the visuals guy. So when you say what did you notice in the cave, I'm thinking visuals, and I'm like, I don't
Instant.
know. But then you said that, and I was like, oh yeah, the sound design was amazing in there.
It was just baffling. And please, like, if you're intrigued, go and check it out. Like, all of the aspects here really give me hope for something really cool to come in 2027.
Yeah, I think it could be something special.
Oh yeah, and like I said, like, the little gripes that I had throughout are normal. They're not game breaking. They don't change how I feel about the game at all, other than kind of more excitement just to see how this grows throughout. And once again, it is a game.
Yeah,
I promise. It is a game. It's not a 3D game.
Okay, Andrew, final thoughts on Two Realms.
Overall, I think it is a intriguing experience. I think that there is a lot of promise, especially from the sound design and from the music design standpoint, but of course, throughout the entirety of the game, there seems to be a lot of promise. I would have liked to see a little bit more of that horror side of the game, and I really would have liked to just kind of get maybe just a touch more of explanation of what we're looking at for going into this game, because what we got from the demo didn't really give any answers of anything for the story other than Crystal. So it would have been nice to at least get a little bit more, but I understand that we are so far out. So overall, once again, if I was to give a number,
No numbers. No numbers. This is just
All right.
impressions. We're not going to do that.
All right, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very short demo. It doesn't get a number. Yeah, I'm very much so on the same page as you. Do not take this out of context. Anybody, listen to the full thought. This demo left me very disappointed. Not because it was bad, but because I wanted more.
Interesting. See, I wouldn't say I was disappointed that I wanted more. I, however, was a little hungry for more. And I was like,
no.
all right, I'm ready.
Those credits rolled, and I was like, that's it.
That's totally fair. I think for me, if there was just a touch more story explanation, just so that I knew where we were going, I think I probably would have been at that like absolutely starving point. But now I am very intrigued.
Invested.
I'm very excited to see where this is going, and I'm hopeful that, we get some more glimpses as we go. Of course, this is a small development team, so they're probably going to give some pretty good updates as they go. I wouldn't be surprised. And so far, their communication has been really great.
Yeah.
So
yeah, awesome. Huge shout out once again to Mod42. Thank you for giving us this demo a couple days early. And I encourage anybody watching to go check it out.
Seriously, it's definitely worth checking out. And, it might not be for you, but if it is for you, I think this is going to have you eagerly awaiting 2027, which is crazy to say. We're 4 months into 2026, and now we are already talking about bangers potential for 2027. Like,
yeah,
that's really cool, Ben. And also, once again, from me, like, thank you guys, because wow, we did not think that we would get this opportunity. This was really, really cool. So we really hope to get more opportunities to interact with the developers more of these games, and be able to showcase it, and really be able to give them the highlight they deserve. But once again, you guys deserve the highlight too, because you guys made this happen. So thank you guys, and thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Andrew. No, we
Hey,
appreciate all you guys watching, listening to us ramble about video games. But
amen.
Two Realms, go check it out.
Two Realms. Check it out. Demo on Steam right now. And Ben, I'll see you around, man.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You feel that? That tingle?